Okay, in this video tutorial, we're going to download Adobe Digital Editions so that you can download books from your local library and read them on your Kobo reader. So to begin with, let's open up a browser. I'm using Internet Explorer to do this because for some very strange reason it didn't work with Google Chrome, which is my browser of choice. And it did work with Internet Explorer, so there's a little heads up for you if you're having trouble downloading it with Google Chrome. Okay, so all we do is go to Google and type in Adobe Digital Editions. And, well, I'm sure any of these links will work. I picked this one. There we go. And then just click on the Windows download or the Mac download, depending on which platform you're using. So I'm using Windows. We'll go ahead and click on that. And then after that, you just click Run and it'll go ahead and install. Okay, so this is what Adobe Digital Editions looks like once it's launched. And as you can see, there's no books in there except for the Getting Started guide, which you can read if you like, but hopefully I'll be able to give you the shortcuts. Now, when it's installing, it's probably going to ask you if you want to authorize Adobe Digital Editions, which you actually have to do that in order to use the library books, to transfer them to your Kobo. You can download them without authorizing, but you cannot transfer them to your Kobo until you've authorized. So when you're installing, you will be asked to create an Adobe identity. And I'm going to do that now through the help menu, which is a way you can do it later on in case you accidentally chose the wrong option. You can do it right here. Choose Authorize Computer, and you type in your Adobe ID. And if you don't have one, you can click here and create an Adobe ID. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and type mine in. And authorize. Good. Okay, and now for the next step. All right, now after you've done that, open up your favorite web browser, in this case Google Chrome, and go to your favorite library site. In my case, it's Vancouver Island Regional Library. So I'll just search on that. Good old Google. And welcome to Vancouver Island Regional Library. Now, your library website is probably going to look a little different than this. So you're just going to have to figure out your own approach. But in this case, and I'm sure a lot of the British Columbia libraries do look like this, the place to go is this orange box which says download ebooks. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then on this page, we're going to go to where it says VIRL library to go, and we will log into the database. Okay, so now we're in the sign-in screen, and with my library anyway, I have to get out my library card and type in my library card number. And then my PIN. And sign in. Okay. And then we will go back to my digital cart here. And I haven't got anything in my cart right now, so there we are. So we've got ebooks, audiobooks, and so forth. So I'm just going to pick a random book for the purpose of this tutorial. And we'll just grab North Africa and the Mediterranean. Why not? And we will go add to digital cart. I see that this version is an Adobe PDF ebook. Well, there's two different kinds. You can either get an EPUB or a PDF. Let's give this a try. And then we hit proceed to checkout. and we go confirm checkout, and then we click download. Okay, good. So now we've got our ebook right down in the corner here. If you're using Internet Explorer, it may show up in a different place, but we'll just go ahead and double click that. And it opens up Adobe Digital Editions, and it should place the book right into it. So we'll just see what happens. And there it is. Now you can either read it right on your computer, which is nice, or you can transfer it to your reader. So we're going to click over here and go back to the library. And now we're going to plug in the e-reader. Okay, so we'll plug in the e-reader and see what happens. On the e-reader, there will be a prompt asking you to connect. So I will hit connect on the e-reader. Lo and behold, if you look over here, the Kobo e-reader shows up. This is kind of similar to the way iTunes works. And now we can grab this book, and all we do is simply, let's select one book. There we go. We will select that book and drag it onto the reader and let go. And it copies it to the device. And in a moment, we'll see if the book appears on the device. Good. Okay, now if you failed to authorize your Adobe Digital Editions, you will get an error message. So I'm going to deauthorize it and show you what will happen. All right, now just in case you forgot to authorize your copy of Adobe Digital Editions, you're going to have trouble putting the book into the Kobo e-reader. You will get an error. And I'll show you. We'll just drop this in here. And it says errors were detected, CE copy not allowed. Now this is kind of a cryptic message, and if you get to this point, you just need to authorize. So what we'll do is we'll go back into help and hit authorize computer, and then you just simply log in again. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, I've downloaded another book to add to my e-reader, and we'll see what happens now that we've authorized the computer. And we'll just drag it straight into the reader, and away it goes. So just be aware that without authorizing, you'll never get your book onto your device. Okay, let's go and see if the books appeared on the device. Oh, one last thing. When you're going to eject the reader, you should launch your Kobo desktop one more time and use the eject function. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so now we have the Kobo desktop launched, and we're going to eject. Well, we'll wait for it to finish syncing here, and as soon as it's finished the syncing, we can see what's going on here. Or we can actually force a stop of the syncing, so let's do that. And then just use this little button here to eject it, and then it's safe to unplug your ebook reader. There we go. So now we unplug. Next step is to see if the books are on the reader. So let's go and see. Okay, here's our Kobo reader. We've powered it up, and it looks like our books are there. Here we go, North Africa. There it is. And away we go. So that one worked. Now let's see if the other one worked. And we go back to the home page. And the story of snow. Perfect. There we go. And that's how you do it.